Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here and welcome back to the channel. We're doing an NFL prediction today. So we're on tiermaker.com, but we're not doing a tier list per se. I'm predicting the standings, so we obviously have first, second, third, and fourth. And then once I have the full standings put out, I'll then put the wild card teams down here. We'll start how the standings start on my phone anyway, with the Afc East, and who I think is going to win that division. And I think that's the Buffalo Bills. Even before Thursday Night Football, I thought the Bills were going to win the Afc East, and they had an absolutely dominant performance, and they look ready for the season. I don't know who in the Afc East is going to be able to stop the combination of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, and that defense also looked pretty stout. Coming in second, I believe, will be the Miami Dolphins. I think with Tua last year, they were like 8-0 and 1-9 without, and he's healthy now. And the goal of every season is that your players will stay healthy, so presumably he will be healthy throughout the season. And they've added Tyreek Hill to that offense, which should only make it better. So in my eyes, I think they are a clear second place. In third, I have the New England Patriots, which is my favorite team. But I also like to be semi-realistic in my expectations for the season. And I think as long as Tua is healthy, we get third. If Tua gets hurt, I think the Patriots get fairly easy second. And coming in last in the AFC East is the Jets. I don't feel like there's too much explanation on that one. They tend to ride the bottom of the division. Moving on to the AFC West, I think this is probably the best division in football. I think realistically all four of these teams could make the playoffs. But I have to back the Kansas City Chiefs getting number one yet again. I just think they have a good team. I think they got worse this year, which could hurt them a little bit in getting first, but I think they do have a very good team. Coming in second, I think, are the Chargers. They had a good year last year, and they've got more experience now behind their belts. They had a lot of young players last year, so I think they'll be better this year. I think they still sneak in second. I think the Chiefs at Arrowhead are still a really tough team to beat. Coming in third, I think are going to be the Denver Broncos. Adding Russell Wilson onto a team that already had a good defense last year will only make them better. And I think they'll be in third, but I think they'll be a playoff team as well. And I think the Raiders will have a good season, but unfortunately come last due to the division that they're in. The AFC North, I don't think is going to be as strong as it has been in previous years. I think the Bengals absolutely run away with first this year. I think they're going to be hungry after last year's good performance. A lot of their young players now have a year under their belt and some playoff experience as well. So I think they'll have a good year and come out on top of the AFC North. Coming in second, I think, is the only other really legitimate team in the AFC North, in the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, there we go. I still think they have a good team. Lamar Jackson is flaky at times, but I think he's good enough to beat bad teams. So I think they will easily get second in a struggling division. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will have an average year, but come third because the Cleveland Browns are a mess of an organization and will come last. In the AFC North, there's only two real teams in this division, and I think Tennessee wins because they were dominant at the start of last season and then got injured. And again, kind of like the Miami Dolphins, the hope is that your team stays healthy. So assuming the team stays healthy, I believe they'll be good enough to come first. And then in second is the only other real team, the Indianapolis Colts. And then I don't even know who gets third and fourth. I'm going to give third to the Jaguars. just to see if Trevor Lawrence can come not last, and then Houston can come fourth, I guess. And then we move over to the NFC. And we have the Nfc East, which I think the Cowboys is still the best team in that division. As unfortunate as that is for me to say, I think they're still the best team. I'm going to move not that. I'm going to move the face cam portion to the other side so you guys can better see this now. There we go. That'll be better. You'll be able to actually see the teams I'm putting. But I think the Cowboys are the best team in the NFC East still. I think coming in second is the Eagles. They always seem to sneak in average. So I think they'll do all right. And third and fourth, it comes down to two teams that I don't believe in at all. I'll give third to the Giants and fourth to the good old Commanders, because I also think this is an absolute mess of an organization. But the Giants don't really have a quarterback, so I don't expect much from them either. Then we move on to the NFC West, which I think is probably the second best division in football behind the AFC West. I think the West is absolutely dominant this year because it has 6 probably really good teams and then 2 decent teams. I think even with Monday night's performance, I think the Rams are still the best team in the NFC West. I think that was a tough first game for them. I mean, the Packers started last year getting blown out and came back to absolutely dominate pretty much the rest of the season. So I think the Rams will be fine in the regular season and come out on top. I think the Cardinals will come second. They'll have another dominant first half of the year and then probably fade away towards the end again. I think the 49ers will have an average year, a decent year, and come third, leaving the Seahawks to come last. Now, the NFC North. This one is fairly easy for me, I think. It's probably the easiest prediction, and I'll probably be very wrong, but I think the Packers just roll first place again. I don't see a team in the NFC North that's actually going to compete with the Packers. I think the Vikings will come second, but I don't think that's a challenge. I think the Lions will actually come third. There's a lot of hype around them this year to get at least 7 wins, and that's better than usual, and that's better than what I think the Bears will do. So, then we have the NFC South. And I think the Buccaneers, I'm blocking it again now, aren't I? Because it went over there. All right. Move back to this side. The Buccaneers will come first. I never bet against Tom Brady. Patriots fan. And honestly, if you're not a Patriots fan, you shouldn't bet against Tom Brady anyway, because you've been proven wrong if you keep doing it. In second, I don't even know. I want the Panthers to come second, so I'm going to put them second. I think it would be hilarious if Baker Mayfield finally had a good year somewhere when he's not in Cleveland. And then I think Atlanta's going to come third. As sad as that is, I think Atlanta comes third on top of the Saints, just because I don't really trust Jameis Winston to lead a good offense. So this is, it's a little disjointed because I can only put it 7 across. But this is my NFL standings predictions. So we're going to take the 3 teams out of this now that I think will make the wild card. None of the teams from 4th are going to make it. Although I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Raiders made the playoffs this year, because I think this division is all going to have very good records and honestly might come down to tiebreakers amongst them. But I think we'll start with the AFC. I think easily the Chargers and the Broncos will make the playoffs, and then it's just up to the rest. someone else coming second is going to be a playoff team. And I think it's the Dolphins, I think if they can stay healthy and have Tua throwing to Tyreek Hill all year, I think they've got a really good shot at playoffs. So I think our 7 playoff teams are the Bills, Chiefs, Bengals, Titans, Chargers, Broncos, and Dolphins from the AFC. Down to the NFC wildcard side. This one's tough. I think we get Cardinals. I think they should make it. I really, this one, I think the Vikings will make the playoffs. I don't think that's a shock. I don't think 2 teams will make the playoffs from the NFC East. That would shock me. And I don't really think 2 teams will make it from the NFC South. I don't believe the Lions will make the playoffs either. So that leaves me with the 49ers as my other team to make the playoffs, just by default. So I think our 7 teams from the NFC, although I'm not very confident on that one, are the Cowboys, Rams, Packers, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Vikings, and 49ers. That is all I have for today's video. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Please let me know what you think down below for the standings, where I was wrong, where I was right. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.